everyone, welcome to my Facebook Live this week. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome and thank you for being here today. So hopefully we'll have a few jump on today. I'm right on time today, which is unusual. Usually I'm a few minutes late, but I was determined to be on time today. So while everyone's jumping on, I'll just call this up on my iPad and that way I can see all of your comments. So let me just get that ready. Okay, great. All right, so as you're jumping on, say hi so that I know that you're here. And we can chat as we play, and I've got lots of things to show you and share with you today. So if you are watching this back on the replay later on, thank you. If you like what you see, give me some thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you're watching over on my YouTube later, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then that way you'll get notified of new videos as I post them. Oh, especially if you do subscribe, then click on the little bell icon that you'll find down the bottom next to the subscribe button. Just click on that and then you get notified every time I put up a new video. Hey Athena, how are you? Great to have you here. So yeah, so I've got a few things to share. So as you're jumping on, continue to say hi. If it's your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to welcome you. Okay, let me just, oh, that's all right. I was just had to close something on my screen then. So how was everyone's weekend? Hi Glenda, great to see you today. How are you? It's a hot one here today, and it was yesterday as well. Yesterday hit 40 or 41 degrees Celsius, I think. Today's 39, so not quite as hot, but I was just out hanging some washing just short time ago, and yeah, it felt a lot hotter than 39, but it's quite humid too, so that's probably contributing to the fact. Yeah, so how is it where you all are? Is it hot? Is it cold? Again, if it's your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from, and that would be awesome. So I've got a few things to show you today, some more new things we're going to be playing with today and creating another beautiful card. I wanted to let you know of a few things. So first of all, just reminding you that we still have Sale-A-Bration running at the moment. So fantastic promotion for every product purchase that you make of $90 or more, you get to choose a free item from the Sale-A-Bration brochure. So, which is awesome. There's a couple of things in there I just wanted to let you know that are on, well actually one thing that's in there that's on low inventory, which means that the stocks are running low. They probably will be restocked, but we're not sure how long that will take for them to come in. But one of them is the very popular Darling Donkey. So I want to tell you about that because this is one that we were playing with a couple of weeks ago, and I know that a lot of people love this one. So if you've been waiting to get this one, I do suggest that you get it very soon if you can. So just pop in an order of $90 or more, and then you can select the Darling Donkeys and get that one for free. But yes, they are low inventory at the moment. So, Glenda says she's well. Oh, you had rain this morning and now it's humid, hot and humid. Yeah, we had some thunderstorms around yesterday afternoon as well after the hot day, and they didn't sort of come this far in the end, which was good, but they were sort of up towards the mountains and it was very dark and I could see it was raining up there in the distance. So yeah, it tends to happen here where we are. Whenever there's really hot weather, then often in the afternoons we'll get a thunderstorm. So it usually rolls in from the mountains. So yeah. So the other thing I was going to let you know, there was another item that's on low inventory as well. Last week, you might remember I was doing a lot of projects with a love theme because we've got Valentine's Day coming up at the beginning of next month, or well, the 14th of February. I guess that's mid-February, isn't it? And so I was focusing on that last week so that I would give some people some ideas for Valentine's Day, because by the time you decide what you want to make and then purchase your products and then get your products and make your projects, you know, you need a few weeks to plan these things. So I just wanted to let you know that one of the products that I was highlighting last week is also on low inventory at the moment. So if you were wanting that for any of your Valentine's projects, then perhaps think about getting that soon too. So the product that is on low inventory at the moment is from the Love You Always suite, and it's one of the stamp sets. So it's this one here, Forever and Always. Move over that way. It's that one there. So that one is on low inventory. So if that's on your wish list and you wanted to get that, and you were planning on doing some projects with that one, perhaps think about ordering that soon as well. It's on page 13 of your January to June mini catalogue. Oh, I've got an additional paper in there. There was something else I was going to tell you about too. So it's in this one. So, so grab that out, have a look on page 13. And yeah, just keep that one in mind if that was something that you were hoping to purchase. So I wanted to also let you know and just remind you about the mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. We're going to be using that today in our project. I've got quite a bit of die cutting to do today, so we're going to be doing that on our little mini machine. I like to call mine the mini boss because I've got the big boss over there behind me. There it is. And this is the mini. This one fits a lot better on my desk when I'm filming, actually. So this one is great. So I'll show you how to use that one if you haven't seen it before, because we're going to use that today. But that is available now, and it's only $104. So much more affordable if you're on a tight budget. It'll do most of your die cutting. It just doesn't cut some of the really large dies, but the majority of our dies will go through there. And there are a few embossing folders that are narrower that are made specifically for that one, because the plates for that one are a lot smaller. Rather than the big machine over behind me that fits all of our large dies as well as the large standard embossing folders. But we do have a few now that do fit through the mini as well. So keep that one in mind as well. And today I'm going to be showing you the, we're going to actually be playing with this in the Sale-A-Bration brochure. This is one of the free products. I'll just take that out. This is the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. Oop. Hang on, let me fold that back. We'll go that way. There we go. So this is this beautiful paper here. So this is the one we're going to be playing with today. And this is also one of the free products for when you place a $90 order or above. You can choose that one. Let me get rid of that. You can choose that one for free. Now it does tell you down the bottom here some products that it coordinates, but there is a little bit of a typo there. So it says that it coordinates with the Pretty Perennials bundle, but in fact it coordinates with the In Bloom bundle, which we're going to be playing with today from the mini catalogue as well, because yeah, they all coordinate beautifully together. And you can see there's some samples there. You might have already seen that. You might already have your eye on this one too, which would be great because I'm going to show you a few ideas of how to use it today. Okay, I'll put my sticky note back in there so I don't lose my spot. Oh, hi Robin, how you going? Great to have you here today. Oh, Maheswari's here too. Hello, how are you? Great to have you here today. All right, there's one other thing that I was going to tell you before we get going is I mentioned last week that we have the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set in the mini catalogue here, and this one's been quite popular with people and everyone's really loving it. So this one, 3 years ago, well actually it's probably 4 years ago now, we had another set which was very similar called Hey Chick, and now this one is called Hey Birthday Chick. So this one is the same chickens, whoops, dropping that. It's the same chickens that were in the original one, but this one has a birthday theme. So it's available now, but what I wanted to let you know was from the 2nd of February. If you like that one, keep this in mind, because from the 2nd of February, the original Hey Chick is going to be available again. Plus this time it's having coordinating dies. Plus there's going to be coordinating dies that are coming out to match with the Hey Birthday Chick that's from this current mini catalogue. So keep those ones in mind. If you would like more information about those, let me know. But yes, they will be available from the 2nd of February, and then they'll actually be available right until the 30th of June, which is awesome. So they'll be available for quite a while. So keep that in mind if you were looking to get that stamp set, that these other coordinating products will be coming out very soon. Okay, so I've got, I had just on Saturday my Technique Club class, which is awesome. And this month we focused on the direct marker to stamp technique. So that was a lot of fun. So every month I run Technique Club, and if that's something that you might be interested in, if you're interested in learning a new technique every month, then let me know, and I'd love to send you an information flyer on that and with a registration form as well. You can have a read about that and see what we do in Technique Club and what that means. But yeah, I'd love to give you information about that. I still have some spots available, so that's awesome. And coming up really soon on the 13th of February, I have my Ice Cream Corner online class. So with my online classes, sometimes I run them via Zoom, sometimes I run them with a pre-recorded tutorial video, which this one will be. So we're going to be making 3 projects. The kits are limited, so if you wanted to do this class, then you need to register. So in the events section in my business page here, you'll find the event. So go in there, register as going, and then you'll need to get your order in quickly if you want to secure one of those kits, because I only have a certain number of those available. So it's a really fun set, the Ice Cream Corner products, and they are in the mini catalogue. If you haven't seen them, did I? Oh yes, I did tag them. There we go. So that's these ones here. So lots of beautiful products. So we're going to be using all of the products from the suite in the class, but for the class you'll just need to purchase through my online store the stamp set and punch bundle, because you'll need those to complete the projects. All right, now if you already have those projects, and the same with any of my product-based classes, if you already have those products but you still want to do the class, you can substitute for other products to the same value. But there's more information about that in my event. So if you go to my event section, usually with my Facebook business page, you'll see along the top there's all the different tabs. If you click on the More tab, it'll drop down and then you'll see events. So you just click on events there, because sometimes it's a little bit hard to find where it is. I don't know why Facebook do these things. They make it difficult for us. Yeah, so RSVP is actually the 30th of January. However, I've got quite a few registered for that already. And basically it's first in best dress to grab those kits that I have available. So if you really would like to do that class, go and register as going in the event, get the information and the ordering link from the event, and then pop your order in through my online store. Okay. Oh, hey, Matthew, how you going? I am great, thank you. Hey, Wendy. Wendy's here too. Great to see you, Wendy. Robin's got the original Hey Chick. Awesome. Oh, great, Robin. So that you'll be really interested in the dies then when the dies come out soon. They'll coordinate with your original set. I did originally have the original set, but I sold it after it retired, unfortunately. So I don't have mine anymore. All right. So what I will do is I will, the other thing is too, before I tip the camera down, I wanted to let you know I'm going to be starting up some simple stamping classes that are coming very soon. So watch this space. I'm planning them at the moment. They'll be for people that perhaps are new to stamping. Perhaps you prefer simple stamping rather than a lot of detailed stamping, or perhaps you're just one of those people who are really pushed for time and just want something quick and easy to do. but still have that creative outlet. So keep watching my business page, because I'll be putting up some information about my new classes very soon. So hoping to be able to start those in February, just in the planning phase. So hopefully we'll get them up and running for February. So watch out for those. Hey Leslie, great to see you. Oh, Wendy, you've still got your Hey Chick as well. Good job. Sounds like a lot of people held on to that one. It was really popular when it first came out. Yeah. Matthew, you've just moved out of home. Oh, wow. So now you're an independent young man. Very good. That's exciting. So cool. So I guess you've been doing a lot of setting up, and packing and moving is the worst too. I've done it once and I don't ever want to do it again. It's such a big job. Yeah. So, that's really exciting, Matthew. Lots of adventures ahead for you. All right, so let me get everything set up. I'll get my camera set up down on the desktop so that we can get starting or started, not starting, started. Oh, hey Rose, great to see you. Great to have you along today. So we're just about to start creating. So I'm going to cover up the camera and tip the camera down to the desktop so that we can start creating, and I'll show you all of the products that we're going to be using today. Matthew says he can't stand packing and moving. I know, it's the worst, isn't it? It's yeah, it's such a huge challenge, I have to say. I don't want to do it anytime soon. Yes, matching dies come out in February for both Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick. Did I not say that? Did I say it wrong, Wendy, when I said that? Or perhaps you jumped on after I'd said that. Yeah, because I was showing, maybe I said it wrong. I apologize if I said it wrong. Perhaps I did. But yes, there is going to be coordinating dies with both the Hey Chick and the Hey Birthday Chick. The Hey Birthday Chick is the one that's in the current mini catalog that I showed you just a moment ago. So yeah, so that'll be pretty good. There's going to be lots of projects flying out with those two sets, because it was popular the first time round, and I know some of the demonstrators already have been crazily creating with that one. So very popular. So yeah. Oh, Leslie was asking about it. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks for picking up on that. I must have missed that comment coming through. Oh, just scrolling back. Oh, I see. Leslie said she missed what I was talking about. Ah, cool. Thanks for picking up on that one, Wendy. I know sometimes I get talking so much I forget to look at the comments and then I miss them. So thanks for picking up on that one. Oh, Matthew says he's 23 this year. Oh, you're almost the same age as my son. He's just about to turn 24. And you've moved 11 times. Oh my goodness, that's huge. That's so many. You'll be an expert at it by now, Matthew. And Glenda's done it 5 times now. Oh, wow. Hi, Alison. Great to see you jumping on. How are you? Yeah, I have to say I've moved a couple of times, but the biggest move was from our family home with my family, my children and my husband. About 11 years ago we moved here, and that was the biggest move, I guess, because we were moving like the whole family, whereas previously it was just really me moving. So it wasn't quite so much, but yeah, moving a whole household was a nightmare. I don't want to do it again very soon. All right, let me get the camera down on the desktop and we'll get creating. Just bear with me a moment and I'll get this all set up for you. All right, here we go. All right, we are nearly there. It's a bit noisy, isn't it? A bit clunky. I'm tightening up all my bolts to make sure nothing falls. Okay, we'll see how that's looking and we'll get some lights down on the desktop. There we go. All right. Oh, we're a bit wonky, aren't we? Wait, let me straighten that up. I didn't check that. There we go. Is that a bit better? It might be a bit high too. Let me know if that's too high and I can bring that down a little bit. All right. Well, that's looking a little bit straighter now, which is good. Move my plates to the side and I'll move this down. All right, so if you are shopping with me, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to help you. I'd love to be your demonstrator. I'd love to answer any of your questions or help you with anything that you need help with. So feel free to get in contact with me. But this is my blog here. So you can go to my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. And when you go there to my blog, you'll see up on the top, there's a shop link. So you can, or a shop button, you can click on that and it takes you through to my online store. Then you can browse around and have a look and see what you like there, or you might be interested in some of the products that I show you today and you might like to go there and purchase those. So you can go there. Also on my blog, there's some other things. There's a tutorial button at the top as well. I do have some tutorials that are available to purchase. So there's information on there. There's also information there about my technique club. So if you would like, which I think, I'm just trying to think, did I update that? I'll have to write myself a note to do that actually, to double check that I updated that information, because I did make a few little changes to my technique club this year, but it'll give you a bit of an overview anyway of how technique club runs. I also have a website, which is mandywitherby.stampinup.net. You can go there as well. That's my direct Stampin' Up! Website. But pretty much everything you'll need will be at my blog. And also too, I have a host code every month. So this is my host code here, and you'll also find it on my blog. So if you use my host code when you're shopping with me and your order is over $50, then you'll get a thank you gift from me. So yes, so definitely do that. If you are shopping with me, remember to use my host code. All right, so let's go back to this page here. So this is the paper blooms, and the paper blooms designer series paper is really beautiful. You get 12 sheets in the pack, and there's 2 each of 6 double-sided designs. They're 12 by 12 inches. So you get all of this beautiful paper. So let me show you, and as I said before, in case you missed it if you jumped on a little bit later, it does coordinate with some other products from the mini catalogue. So the mini catalogue is this one. So this is my one with all my little tabs and notes and things, you'll notice. So it does coordinate with some of the products from this catalogue as well, which I'm going to show you. Which is fantastic that we have a Sale-A-Bration item which matches with some of the mini catalogue products. So let me show you those now. So the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, as I said, you get 2 sheets of each of them, but this is the papers here. They're so pretty. And for this to be like a free product, like, I think it's just amazing. So they're really beautiful. You can see there's the 6 different designs and they're all double-sided. This one here, I'll just pull out to show you. Got all these different colored circles, and I'm going to show you a different way of using these today. We're going to use them with some of our dies today. And then on the other side, let me just flip these papers over. And this one you see I've chopped in half because I've already used some of that one. So this is the other side. If I move that up there, you'll see. So the other side of the papers, so much more sort of solid designs there, but still really beautiful. And even some of these, like you've got the blue one there and the 2 green ones, you could use for masculine cards as well. So it's really versatile when you're able to use papers for both feminine and masculine cards, and even this one too. So that could be used for masculine cards as well, because sometimes people have difficulty thinking of you know, what they can use for masculine cards. So I always like to give some suggestions and some ideas. All right, so I'll leave that paper out and I'll show you the products that it coordinates with from the mini catalogue. So we have the In Bloom stamp set, and we have the Pierced Blooms dies. So these coordinate with that. Now I usually put my dies onto magnetic sheets, but sometimes when they're brand new, I don't get to do it straight away. And I haven't had time to do this one yet, so I just quickly traced around these ones because there's so many dies in this set. Actually, let me have a look and see exactly how many there are. There are 25 dies in this set, so it is a huge die set. So I just traced around them. So if you don't have magnetic sheets, but you're worried about fitting them all back on the sheet, because often when there are so many dies, it is hard to fit them back on the sheet, just trace around them with a fine tip Sharpie, and then you'll know when you take a die off. Let me just see if I can get one off this very sticky backing tape that holds it in place. Oops, I'm taking the tape with it there. Oop, there we go. So when I remove my dies, you can see I've got the outline drawn there, so I know exactly where it's going to fit back onto the backing paper. But I do like using my magnetic sheets because then I find it's much easier to get them on and off as well. But I usually do trace on my magnetic sheets as well with that same Sharpie so that I know where they all go back to. So Alison said it's starting to feel cooler. Ah, okay. And Matthew said Coffs Harbour. Oh, it's the hottest it's been this summer, is it, Matthew? Oh, wow. How hot is it up there, Matthew? You'll have to let me know how hot it is. So yeah, so this stamp set is really beautiful. There's lots of stamps in there that coordinate with these dies, and they're just also great just to overlay on each other as well. And there's some beautiful sentiments in there as well. It is a photopolymer stamp set, which is great because you can see through it when you're stamping. I've removed one that we're using today, but yeah, great for all of your floral effects that you need for your, or not effects I should say, floral embellishing that you need for your projects, and coordinate beautifully with these papers. Now let me show you the dies. The dies actually cut out some of these designs on some of these papers. So this big one here, oh, let me just see if this is the right one. I think it's this one. Hang on, I'll put the case to the side and the backing paper. Let's see if I can get this one off. See, this is another reason why I like my magnetic sheets, because they stick really, really hard to this double-sided tape. There we go. So you'll see that these ones can cut out. They're not an exact, actually, let me just see if I rotate, if I get an exact fit. Oh, that's pretty close. There we go. So you just have a little bit of an outline of the green. So it will actually die cut that flower, which is awesome. And then I think the same with this one, although with this one you've got that additional little one there that overlaps it. But yeah, it does fit on that one as well. And then you've got some of these other dies as well that coordinate with some of these other flowers on this paper. So that's good to know that you can actually, yeah, this one is this one. It's good to know that you can actually die cut some of these flowers out of this designer series paper as well. So if you want to, oh, let me move that up. I think I'm off camera. There we go. So you can see that little 5-petal flower does cut that one out as well. So that's another way that you can use the dies with the papers. We're actually going to be using the dies today with some of the circles to cut out different coloured flowers using the watercolour look on these flowers, on the circles there, sorry. So that's another way you can use these designer series papers. These ones here, I think they're a bit bigger, but I'm just thinking, let me have a look and see. I'm just wondering if you lined it up, could you still get part of that flower cut out and still have it usable? No, I don't think so. Oh, because this is a 4-petal and that's a 5-petal. I wasn't counting that, was I? I'm trying to work out which ones coordinate with which papers. I don't know if that one does. Or maybe with the 4-petal flower, maybe on that one. That one looks a bit bigger though. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh no, this die looks too big now. I'll just have a look and see if it fits on this one. I haven't tried this yet with these ones. Okay, so it does go that way. You might get a bit of a blue border around it, a bit of a blue edge, which would be pretty too. I'll have to try that and see. So yeah, so you can see that there's lots of different coordination that happens with this one. So let me show you what we're going to be making today. So I'll put all this paper to the side. So this is the project that I made the other day. Now, in my team, I have a group of what I call business builders. So it's a group of the demonstrators that are in my team that are wanting to learn more about building a business. So we did a little swap this past week where we each made a project with some of the brand new products, some of the Sale-A-Bration products, and then we shared them with each other so that we can use them in our business and we can use them for other ideas. So this was my swap card that I made for our swap. So I thought today that we will make this one, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to swap some of the colors, and I'm going to change up some of the papers. So I'll just show you what I used for this one. So I've got a base of Night of Navy with a layer of Rococo Rose. And then I've got just a stitched circle from the stitched shaped dies, which we're going to be using as well. So it's these ones here, the stitched shaped dies. These ones are great actually because you get circles, ovals, and you get the squares, whoops, which always come out of place because this side of my magnetic sheet is not as magnetized as the other side. So, and you get 4 different sizes in each of those shapes. So this one is a really versatile die to have, great for using with your sentiments, using with, you know, overlaying as I've done here with, you know, floral images or leafy accents, anything like that. They're really fantastic. And even die cutting some of the stamps. So if you don't have, if some of your stamps don't have coordinating dies, you might be able to use these to die cut your image so that it's actually on a label or on a shape rather than just, you know, fussy cutting it. So it'd be great with the donkeys. The ovals are great for the donkeys. Yeah, so lots and lots of different uses for those shapes. Alison said, yes, I think it was the hottest day here this summer too. She's in Balan in Victoria, not normally known for warm weather. Ah, so what was the hottest it got up to, Alison? And when was that? Was that just recently in the last few days? Because we've been getting some really hot weather up here in Sydney the last few days. All right, so we're going to change up the colours. What I was going to show you was the ribbon that I used and the embellishments on this first one. I used the Seaside Spray scalloped linen ribbon. Okay, so that's this one. It's really beautiful. And this one comes in 4 different colours, which is in the in colours from 20... Oh, which in colours was it now? Can't remember if it's the current ones. I think it's the current, yeah, it's the current in colours. So it'll be 2020 to 2020, no, yes, 2020 to 2022 in colours. So it comes in each of those colours. So it comes in the Seaside Spray, Rococo Rose, Pretty Peacock, oh, I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head now. Somebody will have to help me out. Is it, oh no, I can't think which were the other colors. I need to check that in my annual catalog. But anyway, have a look in your annual catalog. That's where these ones come from. And yeah, it comes in lots of different beautiful colors. Oh, 36 this morning, Alison. Wow, that's warm. Yeah, very warm for down there. Oh, thank you. You like my card. Ah, lovely. Thank you. Now the little, I don't know if you can see, oh, I think you can see them, but you'll see the little gems that I've used in the middle of those flowers. What I used this time were the flowers for every season gems. So in here, you've got the little clear ones in a couple of different sizes, which I used on my card. And then you've got these little green ones, and there's like little semicircular ones like I've used. Plus there's little like gemstone ones that are like a diamond sort of shape. And these are really beautiful. And I just adhered them with some fine tip glue pen. But I'm going to change that up this time too and use different ones. So, all right, let me show you what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to pop this one to the side and I'll show you which one we're going to be working with today. So I've got all my bits and pieces here. We're just going to do some die cutting today. I'm going to show you how to die cut those shapes out of those papers. So this time we're going to have a base of Rococo Rose. And the Rococo Rose is 21 centimeters by 14.85, scored and folded at 10.5 centimeters. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. And then we've got a layer of Seaside Spray, and the Seaside Spray is 10 centimeters by 14.35 centimeters. So we've basically taken off half a centimeter. Which is 2.5 centimeters, half a centimeter, so it's 2.5 millimeters each side, so that we create a nice border so that we can still see that beautiful Rococo Rose. Okay, so that's an even border all the way around. Then we've got some strips of that gorgeous designer series paper, the In Blooms designer series paper. And I've got some different colors this time that I've chosen. Or actually this one's the same, but I've used a different piece so that it'll look a bit different. And I've flipped it so that I've got the pink flower at the bottom rather than having it at the top. And we're actually going to have these in reverse order on this one. For the ribbon, I've actually got some of the denim ribbon. Let me show you that one. We're going to use some of this denim ribbon. It's 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch denim ribbon. And this is fantastic ribbon, and it's really, really soft. Oh, hey Laura, you're from New Zealand. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's so nice to have you with us all the way from New Zealand. I know a few people over there in New Zealand. I know some demonstrators over there. So yeah, so they're the ones that we're going to be using today. Now I've got some circles already die cut. As I showed you, we're using the stitched shape dies, and I'm just using the second largest circle. So I just pre-die cut those ones just to save a little bit of time, because we're going to be fiddling with the flowers quite a bit today. So that'll be the time-consuming part. Okay, so the second largest one. Now I've cut 2 just in case I have any accidents with my stamping, because you know sometimes that happens. So I've got a backup in case I need it. I went ahead and die cut 2 of the little light green or soft seafoam leaves, which I just cut in half. I'll show you that in a minute, just because we needed to also die cut 2 of the darker color, and I just thought that's an additional die cut, so I'll just save some time. All right, so we've got all those little bits and pieces. Let's bring in our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and those gorgeous circles on that beautiful designer series paper, and we'll start die cutting all the other pieces that we need, and then we'll start putting everything together. So here's my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It is super duper cute, really easy to use, nice and lightweight, great for the desktop because it's nice and compact. And this one is only $104, so really affordable. And if you purchase this, then you could get this designer series paper for free. So the In Blooms designer series paper that we are playing with today. So, so that would be awesome. All right, So this one comes with the plates that you need. Now the plates, hey Megan, great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. The plates that we're using for standard die cutting is the base plate, number 1. And then we've got 2 of the clear plates, which are numbered number 2. It also comes with an embossing plate for the embossing folders that go with the mini, but we won't be using that one today. So I've just got the ones out that we need, okay? Now we are going to be, let me get my dies. So we're going to use, I'll just move this out of the way again. We're going to use this flower here. We're going to need these little mini flowers here. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 petal flowers there. Then we need the 2 sets of leaves. And we need the 4 petal flowers as well. Okay, I think that is all of them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4 shaped flowers. Yep, and the leaves, that's it. Okay, and we've still got all those other dies that we haven't played with yet. And I love this label too. That's a really beautiful shaped label. So, and you've even got a stem there for the flowers and a big bow, which I haven't played with yet. So many opportunities to play with this one. All right, so these are all the dies that we're going to be using. Okay, so let's shimmy them over. We'll bring in our mini. Just take my top plate off. You can see my plates are quite cut up already. I've already used this a lot and they actually haven't hardly warped at all. Sometimes, you know, with the plates, sometimes they can get a bit warped. You just keep flipping them over when you're using them just to stop that warping. And the reason that they warp is because you're cutting into them and it bends the plastic a bit. So you just flip them over the next time you use them. All right, so we're going to put 1 clear plate on the bottom, on top of our base plate, and then we'll keep the other one from the top. Now, I have got my circles that I used before. So it's from the designer series paper that I showed you, and you can see I've chopped this piece up. So I'm going to continue on with the same piece so that I don't cut into my full 12 by 12 piece. Oh, the stamps and the die set that I'm using, Laura. So I'm using the In Bloom stamp set with the coordinating dies, which is the Pierced Blooms dies. They can be purchased together as a bundle or you can purchase them separately. But when you do purchase them together as a bundle, you do save 10%. So it's always good to purchase them as a bundle. And then I'm also using the In Bloom Designer Series paper, which, let me just get that back out again for you. This is one of the free items in the Sale-A-Bration brochure. This is the paper here, so I'll just move that out of the way. So this is the gorgeous paper here that we're using today, which coordinates with the In Bloom bundle. So this is a free product that coordinates with that In Bloom bundle. Now that In Bloom bundle, let me just tell you, that In Bloom bundle I'm just having a look in the my Sale-A-Bration brochure because it's actually, I've written there where the coordination is, but it's $84.50 for the bundle, so the dies and the stamp set. So it just comes in under the $90, but if you were to add, that's the dies there, if you were to add just some adhesive or some Stampin' Dimensionals or something like that to your order to bump it up to $90, then you'd be able to get the coordinating paper from the Sale-A-Bration brochure for free. Okay, so that's a great way. If you love all these coordinating products, then definitely do that and get the paper for free when you purchase the bundle, and perhaps some adhesive, or perhaps there, you know, there's some other embellishments or something that you would like, or ribbon. Yeah, and then you get the paper for free. So, all right, I'll show you just again, just in case you missed it, in the mini catalogue. It's on page 45. That's where you can find the bundle in the mini catalogue. Okay, so it shows you in the mini catalogue the stamp set down here, And then it shows you a small image there of the dies. And then it gives you the bundle code up here with the bundle price. Okay, so you can get them individually or as a bundle. Okay, and there's some other beautiful samples here in the catalogue as well. So that's the mini, the January to June 2021 mini catalogue. Okay, so pop these ones to the side again. Oh, no worries, Laura, you're welcome. Yes, the In Bloom DSP is beautiful. Oh, you've already got 2 sets of it. Oh, there you go. I might give you some more ideas today of how to use it, hopefully. Hopefully I'll give you some more ideas. All right, so we're going to use those circles, as I said. Now, I've already got some left over from the other day that I might still fit some of those dies on, but I think I'm going to need some additional ones. So let me see. I'm going to need another large blue one. Oh, and I actually don't have one on there. So I need to fit this flower. Just having a look at the colors. Right, I might need to cut into my other piece. Let me see. Well, actually, because on my original card, I did the Seaside Spray large flower, but I've used up all my large Seaside Spray circles on that one. So I might have to get one from the other side. Or in fact, you know what? We might try, because we've changed up the colors, we might try a pink one. Might try a Rococo Rose one. All right, so let me grab my paper snips. And I don't think I've got any enough left on here to cut one of those. No, okay. All right, so I'm just going to cut a piece of, a circle from this piece here. Sorry, that's a really rough cut circle. And I'll pop that down. So if I'm going to change up those ones, it means I need to change up the small ones, which is this one, the 4-petal flower. So they would need to be the light blue, and I can get them out of these smaller circles here. So let's cut a couple of those. There we go. So we're chopping our paper. It's all good. Now, I don't think we'll get both out of that. No. All right, so we're going to need to do one at a time. Move it over to the edge so that so I'm just moving it over to the edge so that I save that the rest of that circle in case I'm able to do some smaller flowers later. All right, so then we also need some navy blue ones. So Night of Navy, sorry, and I've still got some Night of Navy left over from the other one that I did the other day. So I'll see if I can fit that on my plate as well with the little Night of Navy. Now I only need 2. So if I pop those down, let's see if I can fit them on. Yes, I can fit them on. Great. And then we need some dark green leaves. Dark green, dark green. Okay, so let's see if I got any more dark green left. I think it's Old Olive actually. Old Olive. I don't have any Old Olive left on that one, but I do on this one. So let's cut some Old Olive from this one. We'll see if I can fit it down here on the end. There we go, without going over the edge. We don't want to go over the edge of our, you'll notice on the plates, on the die cutting plates, there's a line. Actually, let me move that up so you can see that. There's a line on the bottom of the die cutting plates. You don't want your dies to go over that line because otherwise it puts too much pressure on the end of your plate and it makes it harder to feed through. So if I move the die up there, it doesn't matter if the paper goes over, so long as the die isn't over the edge. And I'll turn this one around. I'll just maneuver. I'm seeing how many I can get on here at once. And then that one with the leaves. So we'll do, I need 2 lots of leaves. So if we go 1 there and 1 there like that. Okay, so I've got them all lined up. Now the only ones I haven't fit on here are these little ones. So I'll have to come back and do those, and I need to change up the color of those ones from my first card. All right, here we go. So we'll, now I'm running through a lot of dies through this time. So, oh, it's going through really easily. I thought it might be a little bit stiffer to get that through, but that actually cranked right through, no problem. All right, now here we've got all of our bits and pieces. So I've got 1 blue leaf, I've got my big pink flower, I've got 1 blue Night of Navy, but the other one slipped off. Oh, hang on, no, because I had 3. There we go, the other one's in there. There it is. There we go. And we'll get rid of these bits. And what else have we got? Some leaves. Just get that leaf out of there. No, I'll get my take your pick tool and I'll just poke in the little holes. So each of our dies, if you're not familiar with our dies, each of our dies have got little holes in the back of them that you can put a piercing tool in or something sharp to poke those pieces of cardstock or designer series paper back out of the die, because sometimes they do get a little bit stuck in there. Alrighty, okay, great. So we've got all of those. We've done with the leaves, that one can go away. We've done with the flower, that one can go away. So let's put those to the side, and we've done with our little tiny flowers. All right, so now we still need our small flowers and oh, we need a flower center as well. So with our flower center, I'm going to do the same blue. I just want to see if I've got, oh yep, I've got a darker piece here, because you'll see on this piece here, this swirly circle, there's a bit of white mixed in there as well. I don't want to use that piece. I want a darker Seaside Spray color, so I'm going to use that one for the center of my flower. Now I forgot to take that off my die sheet. So this one here. So there's 2 flower centers. There's a large one for the larger flowers, and then there's these 2 small ones. So we'll just take one of those off and I'll pop that down there. We need 1 more of those little flowers as well. This one here. So we need to cut another little, so oh no, I did one before, didn't I? Where did I put that one? I thought I cut 2 of those. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just thought I did. Oh no, there it is. I did. I'm not going crazy. All good. There it is. So we're going to do another one of those 4-petal flowers in the Seaside Spray. There we go. And then we need these 2. Now I'm changing up the colors, and on my original one I had them as the Seaside Spray, the same as the big flower. So I think I need to do them in the Rococo Rose this time, the same as the big flower. So we need some Rococo Rose. I might get 2 out of that individually. Let's just see. Oh, no, hang on, here's another one. See, never throw away your scraps, people, because you can use them again for other pieces. So once you've finished, just hang on to them. Keep them with your the rest of your DSP, or keep them in an extra little scrap bag. I like to use my little clear envelopes to keep all my little offcuts and scraps and things in. I do the same with my cardstock. Is that going in? Yep, there we go. Yeah, and then that way you can keep it all together. But don't throw away your scraps, because they come in handy for all these little bits and pieces. There we go. All right. So now we should have all of our additional pieces. Let's see. So we've got an extra flower. Oh, look. I had a little piece that didn't quite get onto the color of the DSP, but that's okay, because I can tuck that little piece away, so I can still use that. I'll tuck that under one of the other flowers to hide that. So nothing's going to waste today. All right, so we've got our, there we go, we've got our 2 little pink flowers, and we've got our little flower centers. Now that's actually cut 2, so that extra little one, that's it there. I'm going to keep that one for another project. So I'm going to pop that aside in my little bag. I've got a little, where is it? Here it is. I've got a little clear envelope here with some of the other pieces that I had previously die cut. So I'm going to pop it in there with those and save that for another project. All right, there we go. And all right, so we've got our 2 large ones. We've got our center. Oops, there it goes. We've got our center for our large flower. Got our 2 little flowers, our little 5-petal flowers, our 2 little 6-petal flowers, our 2 little 4-petal flowers, 2 of the old olive flowers, and the ones I'd pre-cut before out of Seaside spray, soft sea foam, I have already cut in half. So when the leaves die cut out, they cut out joined like that. So all I did with these ones is just simply snip off the stem there. All right, so there's all my dies. So let me put them straight back onto my die sheet because I do not want to lose them. Pop them back where I had marked my dies, so I know where they go. That way too, as well, when you do that, then you know that you've got all of your dies back on your die sheet and that you're not missing any. All right, as we're going, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them. And if I happen to miss them, I do always go back and read all of the comments as well. There we go. But if I do happen to miss your question, if you're asking a question, feel free to ask it again if I miss it the first time. All right, there we go. So all my dies are back safely on their sheet. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet and we're going to put together these flowers first. So what we need to put together the center, or the stamen as it would be, for the 5-petal flower. And then with these 2, we're going to have centers of Night of Navy with the 5-petal flowers. So we'll do that first. And I'm just going to use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. Now you can use your, you might like to use tweezers for this, or you could use take your pick tool with the putty end to help you to pick up those little pieces. Oh, you like that tip, Laura? Yeah, it's makes it much easier to, especially when you've got a die set that has a lot of dies in it, just to know where to put them all back on, because sometimes you've probably found yourself that sometimes it's hard to fit them all back on the sheet. So if you just trace around them with I use a fine tip black Sharpie. And yeah, it does the job really well. All right, so then we're just laying those little flowers onto those larger flowers. Now this one, because you're having a 5-petal flower going onto a 4-petal flower, don't worry if it looks a bit off center or a bit off kilter. It will, because you're doing 5 onto 4, but when you get it onto your card, it'll actually look fantastic. There we go. Okay, so we've got those all put together, ready to go. Alrighty, so let's put all of our other pieces onto there now. And I'm just going to move that to the side because we're going to start doing all of our layers onto our card. All right, there we go. Oh, you can't believe I cut that paper. Oh, I'm sorry, Megan. I know you don't like it when I cut paper, do you? You always have a heart attack when I cut my paper. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It'll look beautiful. It'll be worth it. You see. You wait and see. All right. So this time I'm going to have my colors go like this. All right, so again, if you miss the dimensions of this layer, so it's in Seaside Spray, and it measures 10 centimeters by 14.35 centimeters. And each of these little strips measures 2 centimeters wide by 10 centimeters long. And we've got 4 strips, and they're all from that designer series paper, so we know that they're all going to coordinate beautifully. Now I'm just going to bring in a piece of, oh, let me grab it, my mini grid paper, just to put down under this while I'm gluing, because I don't want to get any glue onto my desktop here. So I'll just grab my little grid paper. I love this mini grid paper. It comes in very handy. And did you know you can get this from the annual catalogue, and it has centimetres on one side and inches on the other. So it doesn't matter which measurements you like to use. It's going to suit everybody. Oh, hey Julie, how you going? Are you still away on holidays? Having a lovely time in the sun, hopefully. And hopefully it's not too hot where you are. It's really hot down here today, Julie. We've got 39 degrees at the moment. All right, so we are just going to add some multi-purpose liquid glue. And the reason that I'm using the glue, usually I like to use, I tend to more use the Stamp and Seal or the tear and tape, but I'm using the glue this time because I want that wiggle room or wiggle time to get these lined up perfectly with the edge of my cardstock so that they'll all fit on. And I just flip that over just to double check. Okay, so that's the first one. And then the other ones are just going to butt up against that one. Whoops. And because these are, hopefully I've measured these all correctly, these are 2.5 centimeters. They should altogether equal 10 centimeters wide. That is providing I have cut them straight. Which could be another story altogether. Now let's see how we go. So we're just lining that up with the bottom. And then this first one is lined up against the edge there. And then we just line the other ones up, right up alongside there. No overlapping, just lining that right up alongside and pushing that in towards the other one. There we go. All right. Oh, you just heard on the radio that we're expecting 40 from tomorrow, or days of 40 from tomorrow. Yes, they did say that it was going to be several days of very high temperatures, so I don't plan to go anywhere. Oh, actually, I might need to go to the post office in the next couple of days, but I'll make sure I go early in the morning before it gets too hot. All right, so we'll pop this one down. But apart from the post office, I don't think I've got plans to really go anywhere else. I think I'll just be staying at home in the air conditioning. Yeah, we actually haven't had any really hot days yet. Oh, you're good. That's good, Julie. It's been good temperatures up there. Oh, 28. Nice. And an afternoon sea breeze. Oh, that's lovely. Sounds beautiful. Sounds like perfect weather. At the moment down here, it is great to just be indoors with the hot weather. Now, is that the piece I was going to use? Yes, it is. Was just checking. Was thinking I had a different piece. Actually, it is. It's the wrong piece. Oh, I know it's the right piece. I put the glue on the wrong side. Okay, hang on a minute. I've got to cut another piece of that. Otherwise, I'm going to muck up my design. That's all right. I've got more. Close your eyes, Megan. Look, these are all my chopped up bits, Megan. Don't have a heart attack. It's all right. It's all good. I'm just going to bring in my trimmer and I'm going to cut another piece of the Rococo Rose because I put glue on the wrong side. I was so busy chatting. I wasn't focusing on what I was doing. As is quite typical for me. All right, so I'm going 2.5 centimeters. There we go, by 10. Let's measure that at 10. There we go. Good, good, good. You think you'll cut one sheet and keep one sheet. Well, you can always do that. But then if you keep the one sheet, what are you going to do with it eventually? Actually, you could use it for scrapbooking if you're going to keep it as a 12 by 12 sheet. That would be nice. Okay, I'm just getting the glue off my fingers so that I don't make everything all sticky. Okay, let's bring this back in again and try that again. This time I'm putting glue on this side. So you can see it's actually the opposite side to this piece here. You're going to look at it. Oh, you should frame it, Megan. There you go. Get a nice 12 by 12 shadow box and just frame it. And then you can hang it in your craft room or in your crafting space. And then you can look at it every day and admire its beauty. Okay, so then we're just lining that up with that previous piece. There we go. Okay, so now we've got, oh, you know what you do, Megan? You get 2 packs. So you keep one to play with and you can cut up the entire first pack. And then the second pack you can keep for just looking at. There we go. Now I think I didn't quite measure that one properly because I've got a little bit of overhang there. So I'm just going to trim that off with I'm using my tape scissors because this might have a little bit of glue on the back. So I'm just trimming that up. So we've got a nice straight edge there. There we go. All right. Okie dokie. We are back in business. All good. Good, good, good. Okay, so now the next thing to do before we do anything else is to wrap our ribbon. So we've got our beautiful denim ribbon. I am going to run a piece of, so you can do this in many ways. You can use tear and tape, you can use glue dots. It's up to you how you do it. You might like to just use a few glue dots, which is usually what I like to do. But because I'm wrapping this all the way around, and this is quite soft ribbon, I'm actually, and some people like to place the tape down on the actual project first and then wrap the ribbon. But I'm actually applying the tape directly to the ribbon this time. I always seem to do it a different way every time. It depends on the project, I think, for me. Yes, some people's are too nice to use, Laura. I know Megan will agree with you there. You still have some of your paper pumpkins still in your boxes as well, Megan. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we're just going to wrap that. And what I'm doing with the ribbon is I'm actually overlapping it just a little bit, kind of like halfway across the ribbon. I'm overlapping that with the designer series paper. And I'm just going to use my grid paper to try and get that straight, which this ribbon's got a little bit of a kink in it, so that's going to make it a little bit more challenging for me. It's a little bit wonky, but that's okay because we're going to cover that bit up anyway with our stitched circle. So now that I've got the tape on that ribbon, when I just fold that over the back, it straight away sticks, so I don't need to worry about extra adhesive on the back or anything like that. So that's already done. So now we can adhere that to our base and then we can start putting together all the rest of the project. So I'm just going to continue with my tear and tape today. Oh, you both Megan and Laura still have some of their paper pumpkin kits. Oh, well, that's nice. Hopefully you do put them together though. You're going to make these beautiful cards and send them out to people, ladies and gentlemen, but referring to the ladies who are still not using their kits. It's so, isn't it? Aren't we lucky that we have such beautiful products to work with? And I love that the Stampin' Up! Products just coordinate so beautifully together. All the inks match the cardstock and they match the coloring tools, and everything just coordinates so beautifully and makes Stampin' Up! Makes it so easy for us to create beautiful projects. All right, so just making sure I'm opening that up the correct way. We're going to adhere this to the base with an even border around the edge, hopefully. I always say hopefully when I'm filming live, because that's often when I get it crooked, is when I'm filming. Well, that's not too bad, I think. There we go. All right, so then I'll just remove the rest of that tape. And you use the stamp set sometimes. Do you mean the stamp sets from the Paper Pumpkin, Megan? There we go. Or do you mean the stamps in general? Do you buy stamp sets and just put them on your shelf? Oh, you just found Stampin' Up! Last year, Laura. That's awesome. Yes, beautiful products and amazing quality. They sure are. They really are. All right, so I'm actually going to throw that. I know it's really sad, but I'm going to throw this piece of Designer Series paper in the bin because I'm going to keep putting my finger on it and get glue everywhere. Okay, so we've got our base ready. We've got our flowers ready. Now we need to stamp our sentiment. So we're going to stamp that onto our stitch circle. Now the first one on my first card, I used Night of Navy. But because I've switched the colors around this time, I'm going to try it in Rococo Rose, and then I'll lay the flowers on there before I adhere them and see how it looks. So I'm going to use the stamp set that's the sentiment out of the In Bloom stamp set, and I'm going to use the one that says "You are amazing." There's really beautiful sentiments in here. You could use them for lots of different occasions. Oh, Amber's got a suggestion here. You could use some of the contents in the Paper Pumpkin kits to decorate the box to keep and display. That's a really great idea, Amber. There you go, ladies. There's a great suggestion from Amber. She is the best assistant in the world, I have to tell you. All right, so I'm going to bring in my foam mat so that, because I'm using a photopolymer stamp set, and I want to be sure that I have good cushioning underneath that stamp. There we go. Okay, so we'll ink that up. I'm just going to stamp this over to the right-hand side of the label because we're going to be putting those flowers over on the left-hand side. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Okay, and we'll give that stamp a clean with our Simply Chamois. Yep, this one's wet. I was just checking because I forgot to check that I had a wet chamois before I started. That would have been a disaster if I didn't. Well, not really a disaster. I would have just had to clean it later. But I do like to clean my stamps as soon as possible. All right, so there is our sentiment. Now, I'll pop that to the side as well. Let's lay this down and have a look and see how all of this looks together. I'm going to move that away now too. With the Rococo Rose sentiment. I might even still go for the navy sentiment actually, I'm thinking. Let's just have a look and see. We'll lay some of these down and just see how this is going to look once we get them all laid down. Okay, we need to go over and up a little bit. There we go. That's it. Alrighty. Then we're going to have, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just laying down each of these flowers, sort of one on top of the other. And then we've got this one here. Ooh. And then a little pink one here. And we've got some leaves in here too. So we're going to have leaves at the end here. And this is what I do when I'm designing a card. I like to lay everything down first before I adhere anything, just to be sure, especially when I'm doing something like this with lots of little pieces, to be sure that I'm happy with the placement of everything before I go ahead and, adhere it all, because then otherwise, if I adhere it and then I'm not happy with it, I'll be very sad. So I like to just do this first. So does everybody else do it this way as well? Lay out all of your pieces first and then see if you like it. And then this little leaf is going to go over here somewhere. Actually, I might attach those leaves. That won't be hanging off But how will that look? Yeah, I think we need a deeper color in the sentiment. I think that's a bit washed out with all of that color happening. The DSP at the bottom looks like a drapery fold. Oh, it does too. Yeah, you're right. Oh, hey, Chitska. Oh, you were reading a book and it was so interesting that you forgot the time. Ah, that's okay. No problem. What book are you reading, Chitska? Yeah, I think I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do it in the Night of Navy. But yeah, the flowers will look good. We're just going to do another sentiment. We'll do that in Night of Navy, I think. Alrighty. So let's do that again. So we'll ink this up. I'm going to do that in Night of Navy. There we go. Okay. So I'll clean this and then we'll see. Oh, you're going to try this idea next, Laura? Awesome. Great. I would love to see it when you have. Feel free to send me a photo. What's vibrating? I think it's my, oh, it's the plates, I think, on my, I'll move that off the desk. It was the plates, I think. Oh no, something is still vibrating here on my desk. I'm trying to work out what it is. Is it my punches? Nope. Oh, I know what it is. It's my blocks. It's all my blocks. I've got a little tin, what do you call it? Like a little tin tray with all my blocks in, and it's vibrating every time I touch the desk. Oh yeah, I think that one will look better with the Night of Navy sentiment. Okay, all right, that's all right. I'll keep that Rococo Rose one for another time. Alrighty, I think we are ready to go. The one thing I'm just going to do is I'm going to adhere these leaves to the back of these small flowers here. And then we'll be ready to adhere everything down. So where did I just put my silicone craft sheet? There it is, right in front of me. You like the Night of Navy one? Yeah, I think it needed something just a little bit deeper, didn't it? I think the Rococo was a little bit washed out with all of that color going on. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just on the end there and just pop that leaf down. I'm just going to put it at a slight angle. I don't want to have it exactly straight coming out from behind. Oops. From behind there. Okay, that's one. And then we'll do this other one as well. And just doing this bit now is just an additional, come on glue. My glue is getting low. It just saves additional fiddling around when you're trying to get all your placement of all of your flowers. If we just get the leaves in place first. There we go. Great. Okay. All right, I'll keep that in my little holder upside down. Okay, so the sentiment is going to be mounted on dimensionals. So let's grab some dimensionals. And I like to always turn my sentiment over and work out where I'm going to put it so that I know where to put those dimensionals. It's not so bad with this ribbon because usually you have to sort of straddle the ribbon, like your placement of your dimensionals has to straddle that ribbon, but this ribbon is actually really flat, so I don't think it would matter as much with this one. But otherwise, if you had a very thick bulky ribbon and then you put dimensionals down on top of that with your sentiment wouldn't sit flat. It would be sort of a bit uneven, and I like to have mine nice and flat, so I'm going to do mine like so, and then we'll remove those backings from those dimensionals. All right, and then we'll put our sentiment around about there. There we go, great. All right, now comes the fun bit. With this one, I'm also going to adhere those before I pop that down. I'm going to adhere these leaves to the back of the large flower. Might need to open my new glue soon, I think. All right, and we'll just pop that down like so. There we go. All right, I'll give that a press. All right, now all of these flowers are just adhered flat, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm actually just going to put glue just in the center so that the outside leaves are not attached as such. It's just the center of the flower that is attached. That way, then I can sneak the other flowers underneath the edges and the extra leaves and things like that. So just pop a bit of glue just in the center, okay? Then we can line this up and pop that down there. And also too, if those little petals of your flowers pop up, that's even better because it gives you more dimension on your card. And I really like dimension, so I don't like to adhere them all the way flat. Just a little bit in the center is all you need. All right, now with this one, we're going to tuck that little bit under and we're going to have that bit coming over. But I've got to make sure that that leaf is not going to be outside the edge of that card. So I'm going to have to maneuver this one a little bit to get that placed just so. It's the only thing with putting leaves on the backs of flowers before you adhere them. You've got to make sure they're going to be within the edges of your card, because otherwise what will happen is when you put that into an envelope, it'll actually catch on the envelope and you certainly don't want that. So just maneuvering that a little bit while that glue is still wet. There we go. All right, that's pretty good. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, next we've got our little Rococo Rose 5-petal flower. Oh no, this is the 6-petal flower, I think, isn't it? Sneak that little one under there. There we go. Just use the end of that there. Push that down. Great. Then we've got our other blue one. So we'll put a bit of glue in the middle of that one. And this time I want the leaf going up at that angle. Whoops, that one's still not in place yet. That's it. That's it. You stay there. Good little flower. You stay put, you little one. There we go. Okay, good. Just give those a push for a moment. Oh, I'm missing comments here. You like the note of navy? Kathleen, hi Kathleen. I didn't see you jump on. Kathleen says, I think rose pink ribbon would have looked good with the rose pink stamp. It would have set it off. Yeah, it could have too. I had, I think you're right actually. The pink ribbon would have gone much better with the pink sentiment, the Rococo Rose sentiment. And I did actually have the scalloped ribbon. I had that one out in Rococo Rose, but when I laid it down on here, I just felt that it was too much pink with it was the same as the background or the base. And so I swapped it out for the denim ribbon. But then when I put the denim ribbon down, then the Rococo Rose sentiment didn't go. So it's just juggling all the colors and getting the right kind of balance. But yeah, actually, if I had have used the pink ribbon, then probably the pink sentiment would have gone much better. You're right. It's all a juggling act, isn't it? And Megan says she saw a tip once where you have everything laid out, you put some press and seal on it to keep them in place, and then you can glue the back and everything stays in place. Oh yes, actually, I think I have actually seen that too. That is a great idea. Haven't tried it, but I've seen it, and I do have some press and seal. Believe it or not, I bought press and seal when I was in Auckland for Onstage. For anyone who doesn't know what Onstage is the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator event that is held each year. And I was in Auckland for Onstage a couple of years ago, and everybody was hunting for this press and seal. Well, I hunted everywhere, and then eventually I found some and brought a couple of rolls home because I brought some home for a friend of mine as well. And you know what? I haven't even used it. Isn't that terrible? I bought it for using it for a specific purpose, for a project, and I never ended up doing it. One day, or maybe I'll use it for the idea that Megan just gave us. There we go. Okay, let's pop that little one down there. Wendy says, sorry I've missed most of it, as if you've got your grandchildren today. Oh, nice. Have to watch the replay. No worries. That's fine, Wendy. Family always comes first. All right, I'm just going to pop a tiny little bit under this leaf here, of just a tiny dab of glue, just under the base of that leaf, because I'm just concerned that that might lift. But I'll just give that a little bit of a tweak at the end so we still have that dimension sitting up there. All right, there we go. So let's give everything a nice press there. Good, good, good. Now we just need to add our bling. And actually, I'm thinking about something else with this one. But let me add our bling first. Now, where did I put the bling? There it is. Today, I'm going to use the Elegant Faceted Gems. And as you can see, I've already used quite a few of the pink ones, but I haven't used any of the clear ones yet, or the white ones. Oh, let's see which ones will look better. I was going to use the clear ones, but now I'm wondering if the white ones would look better. Let's see, let's see. Okay, so let's see if we've got a large one in the center. Oh, I like that. I like that white one. What do you think? White or... Actually, let me hold that up to the camera a bit closer so you can see that. What do you think of that? I'll put a bit of light on there. White or... Let's see what the clear would look like. Oops. Clear. Ugh. Come on. Oh, they're stuck really well, these ones. There we go. Clear. Oh, I like the clear as well. Not as easy to see, though. What do you think? Oh, Wink of Stella, maybe. Yes, Glenda. Good idea. I could Wink of Stella the flowers. How about that? What do you think? Do you like the white or do you like... Oh, Laura likes the white. Yep. And let's grab some Wink of Stella. I'll grab some Wink of Stella so I don't forget. Oh, Megan likes the clear. Oh, okay. Now we need to have a vote, everybody. All right. Whichever one gets the most votes is the one I'll go for. Do we want the white gems or do we want the clear gems? And I'm going to put them on the center of each of the flowers. Glenda says clear. So hang on. Let's see. We've got 2 clear, 1 white. Robin says white. So we're 2 all now. Amber says white. That's 3-2. 3-2 to white. Clear. Laura says clear. Oh, wait. Laura says, oh, you've changed now to clear, Laura. You said white. Now you've changed to clear. Now I'm confused. Kathleen likes the white. How many whites have we got? 1, 2, 3. And a couple of clears. White. Another one for white from Athena. I think we might have more for white now. And Laura likes both. Laura can't choose. White has it. Okay, let's change to white. Okay, let's take the clear one back off. And we'll get that white one back again. Put that back on. There we go. I'm going to put it just a slightly little bit off center. The centers of these flowers don't cut out, is it cylindrical? No. Circular. They don't cut out circular anyway. They're a bit of an odd shape. So all good. All right, so we've got a big one on there. We'll put a small one there. White. Oh, everyone's going for white now. Yep. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your help. I like it when you all get involved with the voting. What about the big one up there? Or should I put a big one there? Hang on a minute. I'm going to put this little one onto the Night of Navy. And then maybe we'll put a big one here. Big one there. Oh, I don't know, I think that looks wrong. About up there. A big one up there and a small one. Whoops. A small one here. There. How does that look? Does that look better? That looks better balance. A better balance. Oh my goodness, my tongue is getting tired today. Julie said she saw a tip for getting the gems off. Use the putty end of your take your pick tool. Yeah, I've tried doing that, Julie, but I don't have any success doing that, getting my gems off. And I've even tried using the spatula end, which my spatula end is a bit sticky at the moment. I need to give that a clean. Because a lot of people find the spatula end good for lifting off the gems, but I've not had success with, I can lift them off with that, but then I have trouble laying them down. I always find for myself the pokey end, the paper piercing end works best for me. But yeah, I think, what does everybody else do to lift up your gems? I think everyone sort of probably has a different way of doing it. Now, shall we add a little bit of Wink of Stella? Oh wait, we've got to add some more gems down here. Wait. Let's add some down here too. Let's see. Let's have a large one here on this flower. Oh, we're not going to really see it, are we? We'll put a large one down there on that one. And then we'll put a couple of small ones. We'll do a couple of small ones up here. How about that? Let's do 3 small ones here. Yep, move over. There we go. There we go. Okay. So Megan uses the same as me, uses the pokey tool. Yep. Julie said she tried it with the putty end and that worked for her. Awesome. That's great. All right, let's move that out of the way as well. Let's do a bit of Wink of Stella. All right, so I'm going to give the Wink of Stella a good shake. Mix up all that beautiful glitter. Okay, and let's give some of these flowers, or let's give all of the flowers a little bit. How much have I got left? Oh yes, I've got enough left in there. We'll give all of our beautiful flowers a little bit of a sparkle. So I'm going to go over all of these flowers. Now, because they are designer series paper, I don't have to worry about the ink bleeding when I do this, which is great because it's actually printed on the paper and it's not been stamped. If you are to go over stamped images, however, with the Wink of Stella, you can get a bit of bleeding because it is water-based, the same as our inks. So you just have to be really careful with that. It is great though for watercoloring with. You can watercolor with your Wink of Stella, either with your inks, with your watercolor pencils. It looks fantastic as well. So yeah, so give that a go and see how you go with that. But it is really lovely to watercolor with the Wink of Stella, because then you get that sparkle in your project as well. Did I do that one? This one needs a little bit more. Hang on, I'm going to give this another shake. I think I'm not getting much glitter. You like the pokey tool too, Leslie? Yep, and Kathy uses the pokey tool. You've tried the others as well, Kathy? Yeah. I think it's good just to try all the different ideas and to see. Oh, whoops. Okay, now it's flowing. Thankfully, I did that off camera just then because I just squeezed it a little bit too hard and it came pouring out. Oh, it's still a bit too wet. Yeah, it's good to try all the different ideas to see what works best. Hang on a sec. Oh, got a little bit wet there. Let me just dab that up. Always good to have a chucks or a piece of paper towel nearby, just in case. Now it's flowing really, really fast. Let me dry that back off again. For a moment there it wasn't flowing very well and now it just wants to ooze out everywhere. We don't want it too wet because then all the paper will buckle. I'll just give it another little go. All right, and get a bit more glitter on there. Another thing you could use as well is the shimmer paint. That would look beautiful on the flowers. There we go. Alrighty. Done, done, done. We could even do some of these down here if you wanted to as well. Let's just do a few random ones down here. There we go. Let's do this one over here. Let's just go Wink of Stella crazy, hey? Give a little bit of bling to our project. Why not? I love a bit of bling. There we go. Done. Not going to do any more to it because I will overdo it and then I will ruin it. All right, there you go. Now I was wondering about adding something else, but I think I won't. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I think I'm happy with that. What do you think? All right, so there's our original one that I started with, and there's the one that I just created today. I was wondering about adding a bow here, but I think it's going to be too much and I think it'll throw out the balance because I really want the flowers to be the focus. Hopefully, if I hold that up to the light, let's see if I can get some light on that, up to the camera. Can you see, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Can you see the Wink of Stella on there? Can you see that shimmer at all? I can see it in real life, but I'm not sure. And it's not dry yet either. So it might show up a bit better once it's dry. It's still a little bit wet. So yeah, hopefully you can see that. No bow. Yeah, no, I think not too, Glenda. I think I don't want to overdo it, and I really want the flowers there to be the focus. And if I put a bow there, I think it'll be out of it'll be off kilter if I do that anyway. It'll be out of balance then. So I'm happy with that. So there you go. So there is another idea of how to use that beautiful In Bloom Designer Series paper. Remember that is free with a $90 purchase. And as I said, you can get the In Bloom bundle with the stamp set and the beautiful pierced bloom dies that coordinate together. Get them together as a bundle. Throw into your order something small, some adhesive or something like that to bump it up to $90. And then you can get this beautiful Designer Series paper for free from the Sale-A-Bration brochure. So there is another idea of using that paper, using it for the flowers, using it for the Designer Series paper strips here. And you can see these two, even though I've used the same papers, they have quite a different look just by changing them up a little bit. And now I think I want to go back to my original one and add the Wink of Stella to that as well, but I'll do that later on. Thank you everyone for helping me make that. Thank you for all your suggestions. They were really great suggestions. And I like it when you all vote on things and help me to make decisions, because sometimes I can be a little bit indecisive with my, extra little touches. So thank you for that. Alrighty, so let me tip up the camera back to my face so that I can say goodbye to you. I always like to do that face to face. So bear with me for one moment. Thank you everyone. I'm glad you like that. Thank you. So let me tip the camera up and just give me a moment while I do that. Just one sec. Alrighty. Just got to unlock all of these clasps, or not clasps, what are they? Hinges. There we go. And we'll flip and flip. There we go. Oh, I'm up on the ceiling again. I never tip that down far enough when I flip that back over, do I? Every week I do the same thing. There we go. All right, let me just adjust that. There we go. Yay! Good. So how did you like that? Hopefully that gave you some more ideas. So there's my beautiful card. I hope that that really did give you some more ideas. And if you do make this card or case this, and even perhaps if you turn it, if you make it in a different way, I would love to see photos. So please feel free to send me photos. It would be really lovely to see what you do. Let me hold up both of them and then we can see both of them together. So yeah, I think they're really pretty. And I think it's a great way of using the Designer Series paper like that too, just it's really a busy card, but it just all goes so beautifully because those papers all come from the same pack, so you know that they're going to coordinate together. There's some other ones in there as well that had some more greeny tones and things like that. So if you incorporated some green tones into the background, so the greens were sort of I mean, you can see a little bit in here, but there were some that were even deeper green, like in the old olive. But if you changed up the base or the matte layer, then you could incorporate the green colors into your project as well, which would be really lovely. I'd love to see one like that. So if anyone does one with the green tones, be sure to send me a photo of what you make. So yeah. Oh, you've taken a screenshot, Laura. Awesome. Great. Oh, I look forward to seeing what you make, what you create. Beautiful. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you all have a fantastic week. Stay cool if you're in the warmer areas, like such as where we are. I'll be in the air conditioning all week, maybe even sipping on some ice blocks or iced tea or something to keep cool. But yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic week. Stay safe, everybody, and whatever you're doing, I hope that you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday at 4 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So until then, happy crafting, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Bye.